Okay, so now we have two Borderlands. Let's squeeze another one right in the middle. Hey mates! So after Borderlands 2 was all good and dandy, of course there had to be more, but not in the way people thought. When everyone was expecting some sort of Borderlands 3, along comes in the weird Aussie brother, the pre-sequel. Taking place after Borderlands 1 and before Borderlands 2, it centers on Vault Hunters that we for the most part have seen from other games. And more importantly, it acts as an origin story for the series' most popular character, Handsome Jack. But just before he was so handsome. He's actually a bit of a cutie in this one. With how popular Jack was in the second one, it's awesome to see how he became the man he is. Also, this one takes place on the moon. So again, let me run you through the characters and where they are all from. Nisha the Gunslinger is from the completely optional area of Lynchwood from Borderlands 2. In that, she's Jack's girlfriend, and here she's just... I think obsessed would be the right word.
Jack, that was the sexiest damn thing I've ever seen. Amazing what you can do with a little ingenuity in a big-ass airlock.
Her action skill is awesome and gives a crazy aimbot. With certain builds, she can dual-wield pistols similar to Salvador, but all the time. Wilhelm the Enforcer is a boss we faced a bit into Borderlands 2, and his action skill lets him summon two little robots to do his bidding. One of them heals him, and the other one attacks for him. His builds cool enough revolve around him turning more robotic as you go down his skill tree. Surprisingly enough, and unfortunately, you can also play as the one and only Claptrap here. His action skill, VaultHunter.exe, is pretty much a bit of cheeky gambling. When activated, it will select from a bunch of random different skills depending on the situation you're in. These can range from really good to really bad to straight up stupid. His builds give him more of these skills, and because of this, he's one of the more complex characters in the franchise. Also, you can give your teammates high fives. Finally, out of the originals, you have Athena. She's from the Armory of General Knox DLC in the first game, and takes more of a central main character role here. Her action skill gives you a shield. This allows her to take a bunch of damage and then throw it back at her enemies Captain America style. She has skills that work similar to Zero, with her being able to dash at baddies, and on the original launch for the game, she was the most broken character by far. Awesomely enough, this game also has two DLC Vaulters to pick from, which are both very unique. One of them is, funny enough, Jack himself. His action skill then clones him. You get a lot of Jack in this game, almost too much to handle. His builds can get pretty wild, with him buffing his clones and getting heaps of kill skills to go off. And lucky last is her Hammerlock's sister Aurelia. She's all about the elements, with her action skill sending out ice shards. She has a really fun build where she can get her teammates to sign their life away, and another one where she can pull off some insane sniper damage. To talk about the gameplay, as you can see, it's pretty much the exact same as Borderlands 2, with a few tweaks here and there. For starters, as I mentioned before, you're no longer on Pandora, and in fact are on its moon Elpis. This means there are a lot of zero-G shenanigans like butt stomping and double jumping. Because of this, there is now a new item you can collect, and that's Ozkits. These can obviously be found in the legendary variety too. There's new laser weapons to use here, and some of them are my favourite weapons in the whole series. They don't all work the same, but lots of them can be flat out broken in the right builds. One of the better things they added is the new element of Cryo. It's one of the more fun ones to be used, with you being able to freeze enemies and then shatter them. Unfortunately, a lot of the enemies here have shields that are resistant to it, but they're also resistant to pretty much every other element. There's a grinder here that you can put your guns in that you don't really need to get new and improved ones. Unfortunately, this is one of the only ways to get like half the legendaries in the game. It was even worse on launch because none of the bosses respawned. Thankfully now that has been fixed, so all the bosses are farmable. There's some really sweet new cars to drive in that give off a cool sci-fi vibe and let you do things that you wouldn't normally have been able to do in other games. And that's probably about it in terms of actual tweaks to the gameplay. This isn't so bad because the combat of Borderlands 2 is really solid and didn't need much changing. I think the main reason you want to play this one is to experience the story. And thankfully it's pretty good again. The actual tale is being told by Athena while being held up at gunpoint by Lilith and the gang. She's pretty much explaining why she worked for Jack. Speaking of, with him being the best part of 2, he becomes the best part of this one as well. Every word he says hints at things to come, and when the crack starts showing, he shines even more.
Describe your childhood.
Dad died pretty early. Mom pawned me off on her mom. Spent most of my time coding or getting smacked around. Had a cat. Grandma drowned it because it didn't make my bed. The usual stuff.
You understand what he's going through, and he's everything but one note.
In time. We'll deal with them all in time.
And of course, Jack's not the only thing here too. Plenty of new characters to meet here, and most of them are genuinely really good. My favourite is probably Janie Springs here.
Everybody good? Nice to meet ya. I'm Janie Springs, junk dealer.
Yep, you heard that accent right. For some reason this game is super Australian. I think that's either because this game was made by 2K Australia, rest in peace, or because that people think we're from the moon or something. Also, real quick, a sad fact, I'm pretty sure 2K Australia shut down because of this game. I'm not sure if it was directly related to this, but they're not a thing anymore and it was right after this game came out. Rest in peace. Anyway, because of this, there are so many Australian jokes and it's crazy.
Then up leapt a jumbuck. I grabbed him with glee and I shoved him in me tucker bag.
When I first played this way back when, I didn't like it, but honestly, I think it's pretty good now and it gives the game another unique identity.
Reckon there's only one thing to do, yep.
Make him a cover!
Yeah, wait, no, tear him to pieces.
That's what I meant.
One thing I really like here is that each Vault Hunter you play will say something unique depending on the situation. The characters will even respond to you in all unique ways too.
Who are you?
I am an experimental prototype known as FR4G.
Cool. Who are you?
The name's Jack, babe.
Well, nice to meet you, Jack.
So, the story itself is good, but I don't think it's as fun playing it the second time around. Some of the missions feel like they drag on for way too long. The worst example of this is in a mission called Intelligence of the Artificial Persuasion. In this mission, you meet Pickle. Love him, all good, please bring him back. He asks you to go get this AI chip from a ship called the Drakensberg. Sounds easy enough? After going through the area, you come across a bridge. To stop you from crossing the bridge, it gets reeled in. No worries, that's all good, we'll go get the controls to put the bridge up. Oh, and now the bridge itself has been destroyed. That's okay, because Pickle says we can freeze the lake below to get access. Oh, would you look at that, there's no ice for us to dump on it. That's okay, we'll go all the way to the other side of the map to the pumping station to get that working. But that doesn't finish it, so now we have to redirect the flow itself. And finally, we can get across the lake to the ship. Even inside, the game is like, oh yeah, just come through this door. Nah, we lied to you, we'll have you going to the other side of the map again. I understand that to some extent, every game does this, and not every mission is bad as this one, but it's just not that fun. There unfortunately is almost next to no endgame content here as well. The game only has one actual raid boss, and that's just the final boss with a bigger health pool. And no, the one in the DLC does not count. And speaking of that, there is only 2 DLCs, and one of them also, I would say, does not count. It's just an arena that feels a bit like a cash grab and could have been put in the base game. The other one, to be fair, is one of the best DLCs Gearbox has ever made, but it's really hard to carry the whole game on just one DLC. Alright, epic trophy time. Yet again, it has almost all the identical trophies to the other 2 games, so I can't say a lot about them. Do all the story, reach level 50, all side quests, all areas, you get the drill. Even the Challenger trophy is here, and that sucks just as bad too. To speak on the side quests, there are some real stinkers here. I'm looking at you, Arms Race. You telling me you want me to go get 50 bad weapons to sell off to this vendor? It takes forever and it's just lazy. There are some quite miscellaneous trophies here as well. There's a fun one for getting a 360 no-scope because that's the era that this game came out of. This one is super easy to do if you just play Nisha and activate her ability. Speaking of abilities, like every other game, again, the Vault Hunters all have trophies tied to them. They're all super easy except for Claptraps. His is actually really annoying because you'll need to activate every single one of his skills. Some of these of course you'll need friends for, and others you'll need to just put certain skills into. You'll need to open 10 Moonstone chests, which are like regular chests but require another currency to use. If you're playing through normally, you should get this done probably sometime in your second playthrough. You need to grind for a legendary, which can be done with 2 oranges and a purple. One of the more annoying trophies has you freezing, corroding, igniting, and electrocuting an enemy all at the same time. Thankfully, this can be done super easy if you just play Claptrap and spec into the right skill. Finally, you'll need 4 players or 2 people with 2 controllers to do the sub-level 13 side quests in which you become a Ghostbuster. Whew, and that is it. Probably going to take you over 50 hours, but not too bad. Also, DLC is pretty easy too. Now, with the rating of the game, I'll go somewhere in the middle of 1 and 2, and say it's about a 7 out of 10. The Platinum is a little lower, with it being about a 6 out of 10, and then to make it all nice and smooth, let's go the difficulty at a 5 out of 10. Because of how close we're getting to Borderlands 4, I don't think I'll be doing a video on Tiny Tina's Wonderlands or Borderlands 3, at least not at this rate. It probably won't be until after Borderlands 4, which I'm probably going to be doing a video on as well, so we'll see. Also, pre-sequel sucks because there's no Tannis.